see the movie, I'm assuming it's pretty accurate because
Yeah.
I haven't heard otherwise. Unlike with like online discussion about this movie, but I think that just goes to show you it's an enjoyable movie even if you are not aware of the original lore.
Yeah, it's just
For me,
the
I
premise
still really
itself
enjoyed it.
is just so entertaining. It's
Mm-hmm.
already good. So everyone has like, I mean, at least if you're old enough, everyone has that kind of like place where they're like, oh yeah, that felt like the back room.
Yeah, like it feels like a distant memory. Oh my god, okay, wait, side note. When you think of like liminal space, or just like a creepy space that you can't remember very well, what's the first thing to come to mind? Because I know exactly what comes to mind for me.
Motels.
Oh.
Yeah, motels really do it for me.
Motels are a little unsettling.
They're so unsettling. I can't stand motels.
It doesn't help that motels in media are always depicted as being like the spot for really
Yup.
shady happenings.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
people get murdered.
Yeah, I mean, when we went to like Florida or something, we'd have to stay at a motel or something. I'm like, Days Inn. Days Inn still exists. Oh my god, Days Inn was like a motel that was like a chain. I had to stay in a couple of Days Inns, and I was looking at the staircase, and it's just like litter all over it and
You
everything.
can like remember the smell of
Yeah.
the hotel.
Yeah, and the walls are all like crusty, like oh.
I think for me, when I think of like a memory, if there's like a space I can think of that would materialize in my own personal back rooms, it would be this like the old church I grew up in.
Oh god.
When I was a kid.
Yeah, that sounds.
It was really old. It was wooden. Okay, I remember behind the actual like congregation room, there were wooden stairs that led to this wooden hallway with a bunch of different rooms.
Yeah.
I wish I could find a picture of it because I don't remember the name of the actual church building. But I remember distinctly as a kid, the lights were always off in this hallway. I don't even know if there was a light switch. But it was like a hallway where you would have different like classrooms basically, and for the most part they would be empty.
Right.
Because my dad's congregation was typically very small, so we never utilized the hallway. But as like when I was a kid, I would go play in that hallway, and I remember the floors would always creak with like every step, and it was usually empty. And like thinking back on it, it was kind of like a creepy space, but like
Well, you're too young.
I'm too young to like really fear anything. And
Well, that's good.
but I remember in high school, I would occasionally have dreams, and the setting would be that old church.
Oh.
But it would always be a little different in my dreams because obviously when you're dreaming, you don't have like an exact replica of the space in your head, right? It's always a little like weird and like warped in your dream.
Oh, and that's like kind of like the premise of backrooms where like it's misremembering what.
Yeah. And I remember, oh my gosh, okay, sorry, side tangent technically. Well, it's related to the back, I guess. But I remember in high school, I had a nightmare where I was getting chased. And I was running through this wooden hallway in this really old church I grew up in. And I was being chased by someone. Oh my god, it's like the backroom plot.
Yeah, fun that.
And I remembered the dream so vividly that my friend Soleil ended up using it for one of her English class